We are officially live. What's up, everybody? We got two NHL, 2 NBA, and then 7 MLB. So that's the lineup here for tonight. And I'm sitting 1-0. They all laughed at me and my Tigers team total under. Prop, Beaver, Toes, Commish are all laughing at me, and I'm 1-0. Tigers team total under. Love it. So yeah, I'm off to a 1-0 start today, which is always nice to get those afternoon wins. But yeah, we got 2 NHL games, so let's go ahead and start it off. We got Knights at Stars. Now I'm guessing the Stars took another one, or else this series wouldn't be continuing, right?
Yep. Well, no, it's 2-2. So
I
yeah,
thought Vegas was up 3-0 in this one.
It was 2-0. So Vegas took the first 2 on the road in Dallas, and then Dallas took the next 2 on the road in Vegas. So like, really, who's gonna step up and win a home game here? Like, whoever wins a home game, they're gonna. I mean, I think they win the series. Obviously, if Vegas wins the first home game, they're gonna win the series anyways. So, let's see. So yeah, this one. I mean, I like Dallas here, but like, I'm already on the Stars to win the series for like a decent amount of money. So I lean Stars. I don't really want to lay -150. But what I'm taking here, I'm taking Wyatt Johnston shots on goal over 3.5 +110, and I'm laddering him. So you can get over 4.5 shots at goal at +250, and over 5.5 shots at goal at +500. So he had 6 shots on goal in game 4, 8 in game 3. He had 3 goals in those games as well. I'm also taking Johnston to score a goal here. I think I'm seeing that he's been moved down off the top line. I'm not sure why, but like, either way, on the second line, I still like him to hit the over on his shots on goal. He's been really active. He scored the game winner in game 3 in overtime. He scored 2 goals in that game. He scored 1 goal the last game. So yeah, I don't know why they moved him off the top line. It's been working amazing, but still on the second line, I like him to get active tonight. So
cool. So Johnston over 3.5 shots on goal, and you're laddering it up to over 5.5. You said, and Johnston to score a goal at +210. All right, Johnston.
My cousin actually played with him.
Oh, for real?
In the Ontario Hockey League. Yeah. So like, I've met him before. He's a great guy.
I think the Stars win the game, but at -155, I probably won't bet. I actually bet and posted. The only NHL bet I posted all season was the Stars in game 3 at -105. That was the only NHL bet I posted in the Discord all season, and it hit. So I'm 1-0 in NHL. Sorry, so you like Johnson in this one? 51% of the community likes the Stars as well, just 28% on Vegas. So our viewers are leaning towards the Stars. Second game is Kings +160, Oilers -192, over 6.5, under 6.5. All right, so I'm assuming this series is 3-1 Edmonton, right?
Yep.
All right, do they close it out?
Yeah, I think they close it out. So I took the Oilers -1 at -120. So like, if your book doesn't have -1 lines, what you can do is put, like, there's like calculators out there. It's kind of like taking a -1 in the MLB. You can put some on the -1.5 and some on the money line. So yeah, this is kind of a weird series so far. So we had 3 straight overs, 7-4, 5-4, 6-1, and then all of a sudden, last game 1-0. So that's pretty weird. I mean, I lean over. Like, I think they get right back to scoring here. But yeah, so Edmonton, they got the win in game 4. 1-0, despite playing like honestly terrible. They got 33 saves from Stuart Skinner. He absolutely stood on his head. 33 save shutout. But yeah, they definitely, like, even though they won, they're definitely not happy with that performance despite getting the win. They definitely want to bounce back from that. They know that same performance probably isn't going to get the job done again. Even though they gotta play, like I said, they still got the win. Like, if this team's going to start winning games 1-0, like, every other team better watch out, because this team is usually they're usually that team that they're usually kind of like the Avalanche, who they have to score a ton of goals to win. But
the total's at 6.5.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I think it goes over. Honestly, like, it's still set at 6.5, even though the last game was 1-0.
Right.
But yeah. So the Kings looks like they're going back to David Riddick in goal for this one. He started game 4. You can't really tell what he's going to bring tonight because game one, like he wasn't really tested. He gave up 1 goal on 13 shots. The Oilers only had 13 shots all game, which is crazy to say. So, but yeah, I think the Oilers close it out. If they even just play better than they did in game 4, they should be able to close this out here. So yeah.
Yeah. I hear. I mean, they are minus 192 favorites. And if you didn't understand what he said there in the beginning, not all sports books offer the -1. So what he was saying is, if you use a sports book that doesn't offer that, split your bet in half. Put half of the money on -1.5 and half of the money on the money line. That way, it works out to be kind of close to the same. That way, if they do win by 1 and it lands on 1, you'll lose the -1.5 bet, but you would win that money line bet. Which would be somewhat similar to a push. You would lose a few dollars in the vig, but so that's what he meant by that in the beginning. All right, so Edmonton -1. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. There's like calculators out there, so you can get like an exact push if they just win by 1 in overtime or whatever.
Yeah, and NHL is similar to betting what the hell soccer, where you can bet the 60-minute, you can bet the -1, and all that. So let's get on to some NBA. Make sure you guys give System Plays a follow. That's his name right there underneath him. He's also tagged. Oh, actually, I don't think I tagged anybody in the tweet, but he's tagged. If you scroll down on my Twitter account, he's tagged in yesterday's. So, all right, let's. By the way, everyone's betting the Oilers. 63%, 11%. Real quick before you leave, do you like Roope for a point? Roope, Roope, Roop.
Let me check what line he's on real quick. Roope Hintz. Oh yeah, he's on the first line. So yeah, I think he could score a point tonight. I'm not sure. The odds on that are probably like pretty high though, like probably like minus like 180 or something. He's on the top.
So maybe that person might be asking. They might be pairing up Oilers money line with a Roop point or whatever you say his name.
Yeah, Roope Hintz. I think he scored. What did he score? I think he scored last game, but I think it was the empty netter. So he's been getting around. So
hey, empty netters count as points. It's not discriminating against the empty netters.
Yeah. It's a perfect empty netter too.
All right, it's the NBA time. Just a Plays. Talk to you soon, man.
See it.
Let's talk some NBA basketball. Proppy, you remember when you said you laughed at my Tigers team total under?
Did I laugh at it? Yeah. How many runs did they score? They scored 3 to
4.
start. Did they score 9 afterwards?
Well, they scored 1 more in the 8th. Landed on 4.
Wow.
So after getting laughed at, I'm sitting. Yeah.
No, good for you.
After you all laughed at me, treated me like a clown, I'm 1-0.
You're acting like this was like my biggest diss of you of the year or something.
It was pretty offensive.
It was such a little part of my day. I couldn't even recollect what you're talking about right there. It took me a second.
Well, I saw your White Sox bet hit the first 5 team total.
Yeah, I mean the Cardinals are a disgrace. I'm no joke. I think I'm 0-8 on the Cardinals this year, but the White Sox, I mean, they're the love of my life. We're 5-0 betting the White Sox this year. They're awesome.
You got to switch your title from the Rockies Whisperer to the White Sox Whisperer.
I mean, honestly, the White Sox bats have 20 times more potential than the Rockies bats, so I'd much rather be the White Sox Whisperer.
You keep your stuff in a Google Sheets, right?
Yeah.
You should. I'll show you when you get here tonight. You should set up this thing I've set up. You could probably just copy and paste it where it'll tell you, like you could track what your record is fading this team, what your record is betting this team.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that because I think right now my worst market's probably the first 5 team totals, but my best market's probably the pitching stuff. I know.
Really?
I don't know. I need to see it and review it. Yeah, but my pitching props have been pretty awesome thus far. But I need to. I just haven't been finding that many lines I like, so I've just kind of been, I don't know, limiting volume, but upping the units when I see them, and I really like them.
Yeah, but baseball, the Phillies coming back and winning hooked me up. If you guys were wondering why we're just sitting here chatting, it's because I told Skee and Chris 4:15 for NBA, so we got 6 minutes to kill.
I cannot believe that happened last night. I literally texted my boy. I'm like, dude, did like a tragedy happen today? I'm like, does the Drake discount? I'm like, dude, something like I need Nicky Sticks to go up there and hit a home run right now, or else this is going to be a bad day. And boom, what does he do? straight heroic
Castellanos
shit.
hit the home run?
Yes, he did. He
I didn't
literally
even
hit the
have it
home-
on.
I was like, this dude's a beast, man. And then a second later, I'm half looking at it because I already cashed. I don't care at this point. And then I see Johan Rojas hits a home run, and I'm like, was a guy on? And then I saw one was, and I'm like, holy shit, Kyle may have just cashed his too.
I had the
And
minus
wind up-
1.5.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The Lord looked down and was like, I got you.
I got you, Sauce Network.
Yeah, that was dope. Yep. All right, well, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. I'll take you off.
Okay.
So you could go back to your privacy. See you in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Wait. How do I get you off? Oh, I know how. You go this, there. All right, so let's get the poll running in the first game here. So it's hard to time it out because you don't know how long it's going to go. Something I have to get used to. And you don't want to tell people that are coming on as a guest, yeah, come on, and make them sit there and wait, because that would be like such a dick move. So I just try to estimate. All right, so the first game up is Heat Celtics. I think most people probably believe that this series ends tonight in Boston. I'm about to mute Gab. Gab's testy today. Yeah, for real. Let's talk to track bets. To track bets. I'm not following. Homie with the big feet is going to the Celtics game. You're allowed out in public? I figured you were on house arrest or something, you freak. Yeah, Dwight. The whole world, including me. I was on the Pacers, and that NBA night started. My betting wise, I hit the Sixers money line, which is obviously a nice plus money hit. I also started off the night. I hit Royals at plus money. I hit Red Sox at plus money. So I was out of the gate like cruising. I was like, oh man, I'm about to have a monster night. Then the Rays lost. And then the Phillies were down, and then the Magic Cavs went over. I had the under. And then out of nowhere, I was almost down. But then the Phillies came back and won and put me back up for the night. But it started off as like, I was like, oh man, I'm about to have a monster night. And things took a turn, as those things do happen sometimes. Taking the Knicks to close out tomorrow night. I'm not. Hope you're right, though. Yo, man. Not much. Skee has made it. Skee, I saw you post your winning ticket yesterday. You're the over in Cavs Magic. What the hell, man?
I did.
I took it out. I took it out on the under.
Again next game. Oh, really?
I've been betting the under blindly in that series, and I was 3-1 entering that game on the under, and it should have been 4-0, honestly, because of the bullshit. So I mean, I was just taking the under almost blindly at that point.
Didn't games 3 and 4 go over?
4 went over, but remember they scored 9 points in 40 seconds and shot the I don't think game 3 did. I think game 3. Remember the one of them, the Cavs scored 29 points in the second half to keep it under. I tweeted about it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm pretty sure the only one that went over was that one where Merrill took the shot with 16, like drained a 3 with 16 seconds left in a blowout.
Well, I'm just looking like the total is kind of starting to get too low when it gets to 200. That's kind of just what I was thinking.
Well, I think also someone shared a trend. It was either Chris or you, Capper, shared a trend that like in a series between, I don't even remember. But it was like a trend that
4 and 5 is always.
Well, no,
under,
but then it was like in this game though, in game 5, the game that just happened, that the trend was pointing towards an over. Because I remember it went against my bet.
I'll say this though, the Magic after they went home, They figured shit out and they got confidence in scoring the ball again.
Yeah, that's why I bet the under instead of Cleveland, because I was like, this young team might have just figured it out, and they're coming in with confidence. That's exactly why I was scared off Cleveland. What's up, Chris?
What up, Kyle? What up, Skee?
What up? Not much. Man, those punk ass Knicks though, Kyle.
I had Sixers money line.
Bitch ass fucking Knicks.
You thought that future was this close to cashing one, Skee?
Man,
I can't
was already
believe
counting that shit.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that shot from Maxey. I mean, Maxey was on fire. That Embiid was terrible too. In the second half, he was noticeably gassed. They even took him out for a chunk of the fourth quarter to try to get him some rest, and it was all Maxey. I think I'm going right back to Philly in Game 6. By the way, and I still think that Philadelphia's been pretty convincingly the better team in this series. I mean, I know the Knicks are up, but in my opinion, this series has been 5 games, right? One of them was a decisive Sixers win, and the other 4 have been coin flips. And the Knicks have just won 3 out of the 4 coin flips. That's how I've seen it. There's only been one game where one team was better, and was Game 3 in Philly. Other than that, I mean, these games are coming down to the wire, and the Knicks happen to be getting it, but I think I'm going right back to Philly. But anyway, that's not on tonight's agenda. We're talking Miami, Boston. Very curious to hear what these guys are going to say. I did bet this game. I'm already in, and I am
You've been live this whole time?
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle always live, bro. You gotta assume it's Skee when you come on the channel.
My bad.
Punk ass.
Yeah,
Knicks.
we just. Yo, for a second, I was like, I never even heard Skee talk like that on the show before.
Behind the scenes, Skee.
That's funny. So yeah, we're Miami at Boston, and I bet this game, and I laid it. I could see how you would get to Miami here. It's kind of like everyone's thinking Boston's going to close the door. You would imagine most of the action's coming in on the Celtics here, especially after the last 2 games. But the talent discrepancy here is just too great to overcome. And Jaime Jaquez is one of the guys that I really liked when I bet the Heat in. I think I took them in Game 2. One of the games, Jaime Jaquez was a big reason for it. Like, this young, energetic guy. I mean, this is the guy Spoelstra wants. Now he's out. And there's the horses just aren't there for the Heat. I don't care how good of a coach Spoelstra is. I know it's scary laying this big number, but we just saw the Celtics beat the Heat by 20 points, and they shot 29% from 3 in the game. So the Celtics can cover this number accidentally. They've showed us that. And, I mean, the only time we've really seen the Heat contend in this series is when they broke their franchise playoff record for 3-point shots in a game. That was the only time where I thought the Heat were competitive. I could see an argument for the Heat if you're saying, this is the only thing I say. If you're betting Miami, I could see the angle of Boston taking their foot off the gas, because we've seen it this season several times. So if you're thinking, hey, Boston's up 3-1, are they really worried about beating this? I could see that. That's the only angle I could see for the Heat. Everything else is pointing to Boston, in my opinion. So I'm on the Celtics. And I'm going to guess both of you guys are on Celtics first half.
Go ahead, Skee.
Did I nail it?
No, I would not be supporting the Celtics in this game, although I support them often in the betting market. But I'm going to go with Miami. A little bit of what you said there. I think that,
wow,
Porzingis is already hurt, for one. So even if they are up by margin in this game, are they really want to go all out and, maybe somebody else gets injured in that game? I think if they're up by margin, they start to put in the bench and just try to get out of the game healthy. On the flip side, yes, the Heat did have to make a lot of 3-pointers, a franchise high to win that playoff game, but they've now had 2 games where they shot very subpar. I can see them getting back, progressing back to their norm. They're still guys, even without Jaime Jaquez, heroes capable. Robinson can get hot from the 3. And one thing that I do trust is the Heat are not a team that's just going to roll over. They're going to be gritty. They're going to play to the end. And Spoelstra, he's still going to have a game plan to make sure his team is ready. So I'll trust that with the plus 14 instead of laying for this matchup.
Well, to be accurate, I don't think the Heat are going to roll over. I think they're going to get rolled over. So I don't think I don't think the Celtics are going to win because the Heat stopped trying.
Can Horford hold Bam?
Probably not. But how many minutes has Tillman been getting?
None.
Yeah, he's not even playing, right? Do you think?
I feel like he hasn't played like this series. It's been all Horford and
Do you think?
Porzingis.
Well, do you think
I could be wrong though?
I'm looking it up now because I was thinking about that.
Oh, he
earlier.
definitely gonna play, Kyle. That's what you asking. Yeah, I definitely think he's gonna get inserted here.
So, yeah,
I'm not sure. Luke
hasn't
Cornett's
played.
not available. Is he still not available? Luke Cornett's still not available?
Luke Cornett is available. He's projected to see 14 to 16 minutes.
Okay.
But they don't even have RotoWire doesn't even have Tillman in the projected rotation tonight. But I would imagine, I mean, Tillman was a nice defender for Memphis. I mean, by no means is he like a starting. I mean, he may be a very low end starting five, but Tillman's not a terrible piece to have here if you're missing your five. I actually like Tillman. I won some money backing the Grizzlies when Jaren Jackson Jr. was out last year because I trusted Tillman to protect the rim. So I like Tillman. That being said, he hasn't played since the last game of the regular season. So that's a big question mark. I don't trust Horford to hold down Bam, but Horford is a veteran, and he's also shown us he can play some defense at times, even though he's not the craziest athlete anymore. And Bam Adebayo offensively is just not something I would worry about. That as far as scaring me off a bet. He could score, but if the Celtics are hitting threes, I don't think Bam's 14-footer is going to scare me.
Yeah, you guys both make really good points, but
you got to break the tie, bro. You have to break the tie.
All right, so if I'm breaking the tie, if I have to break the tie, and I had to put my money on this game, which I didn't, I'm going with Skee here and taking the 14 here, Kyle. And here's the reason why, because Kyle, you make some valid points, but you probably missed I know you was on the show earlier, Kyle, in the chat this morning, but when I talked about this game, I talked about like Boston needing to win this game so that they can start the rest, but it doesn't necessarily they don't need to win by 2 touchdowns. Like, you know, I think they'd be so content with winning this game by 9 points because the Miami Heat is like, that's over and done with. You know, I think the point that Skee made that I thought about the most was the regression from the positive regression from the 3-point line for the Miami Heat. Like, they shot 9 for 33, 27% from the 3-point line. Like, you just need a couple of those to go in and you can cover. So I think they're due for some regression here. I know, it's no Jaime Jaquez Jr., but also what Skee said, like this Miami team is, I don't know if they get rolled over here is what I'm trying to say, y'all. Like, I don't think they get rolled over here. I didn't bet the game though, but if I had to, I would be taking the 14 points, just thinking that, Boston wants to win the game so the series is over. They can get more rest in the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers, whoever they end up playing. But they'll be so content with a 9, 8, 12-point win here. I'm just not into laying these big numbers. I did look at it. I couldn't really find anything, but the Heat, when their opponent are close to in the last game, whatever. So Heat opponent series wins equals 3. So the Heat are in the elimination game since 2018. They are 3-4 straight up, 4-3 against the spread. They're losing by an average of 2 points. So I guess that kind of goes to what Skee was saying about them, at least keeping them close. So yeah, I didn't play the game, but plus 14, too big of a number for me here, Kyle.
I mean, Skee, are you just betting because your guy's going to be in the starting lineup tonight? Your friend DeLon Wright, is that why you're betting this? Why are you guys putting me on an island on my own goddamn show? Putting me on an island here.
I'll be honest. Earlier in the series, after game 2, or maybe during game 2, I kind of this was just reminding me so much of the NBA Finals last year. Like, Boston is a much more superior team, much more talented. Miami shorthanded. Miami won that game 2 in the finals. Then they got smoked the next 2 games, just like they just got smoked the 2 games they just played. And in that final closeout game, they played them a little bit tougher, only lost by 5. So I'm just going from what I've seen from Miami over the years, including last year, and what I expect from Boston.
All right. So I'm on an island. I'll screenshot this. Well, this will be remembered. What do you guys think about the total before we move on to the next game? Do you guys have an opinion? I mean, 200.5. That's tough, man. Because obviously, before I even look at the total, before I even looked at it, I'm like, oh, under. I'm like, wait, 200? I thought I was gonna get like 204. I think this is 203.5 in Game 4, right? 203.5, wasn't it? I think. So,
well, the Celtics didn't play that well offensively and still got 100, 204. It's just, like I said earlier, the Heat, they had that career shooting night. Then they've had 2 very poor shooting nights. I think they'll shoot the ball better tonight. So I think 200 might just be a little bit too low.
The comments seem to be liking the over as well. All right, so I'll put a secondary graphic up here. We'll all make a pick on the total, even though, full disclosure, I'm not betting the total. So Skee says he would lean over, and I'll rock with Skee on that one. I think I would go the same way if I was to place a bet on the total. Super low. And like he said, I think both sides are bound to shoot better, so I'll go over too. Chris, there's a gun to your head. You got to pick a side, a total. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I would go with you guys. I'll go over as well. Just because I think, if the Heat do cover the game, the only game that the Heat did cover, of course, was the one that they won. And they shot the 3-point ball really well. In the other 3 games, they've, failed to muster up even 95 points. They scored 94 in game 1 and 88 and 84 in game 2. But remember, on the road as dogs, they were much better than at home as dogs, 0-12 straight up. So their offense just plays a little bit better on the road. And granted, they're without Jaime Jaquez Jr. and, the list of players that they have unavailable is, pretty long. But I think they can score a few more points here as well. And the Celtics, I think after both of those big wins back-to-back, probably let up a little bit on the defensive end and probably make a few more shots as well. So I would go with you guys and go over.
I can see that. There's just guys in the Heat rotation, Patty Mills, Kevin Love. These are guys that I don't think are very good. Kevin Love, I openly have hated for years now.
Don't say that too loud.
DeLon Wright,
probably
though.
In the chat.
Fire.
I like DeLon Wright on the Wizards, man. Before he got hurt last year, he started off the season. I remember NBA.com Advanced Stats had him like as the number 4 defender in the NBA. It was a small sample size, but before he got hurt.
Too,
yeah, he was also like
He's
this red hot star. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so the poll's actually close. 41%, 38% Celtics. So the community's split down the middle on this one. Let's see what we're thinking in Dallas Clippers. And I kind of hate my bet in this one, but I hate when I kind of feel like I don't have a choice. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it. But
it's not, Kyle, because you don't have to bet every game, so you do have a choice.
Oh, no, I gotta. It's the playoffs. Even the games where I say on here I'm passing, behind the scenes, I'm betting them. But so, Dallas Clippers, and also just at the very least, I have to share my thoughts because people want to hear. But in this one, I feel, how could you not bet Dallas here coming off that game? And I'm not even the biggest Dallas Mavericks guy, so I'm not like, oh, because the Mavs are the much better team. This line is crazy. Dallas laying 3 on the road. You're saying there's 7.5 point gap between these two teams on a neutral floor? I don't think that's accurate. Even without Kawhi Leonard, I think these teams are closer than that. But coming off that game we just saw, I mean, Paul George and James Harden played like it was 2018, and there's just no way in hell I could put my money on that happening again. And it sucks because it's a shitty line, and I know everyone's going to be betting it. So like the combination of both, that but I already bet this. I'm in. I'm on Dallas -3. I think it's the right side. I think the Mavs bounce back. It reminds me a lot of the series 2 years ago between these two teams where they just went back and forth all the way to Game 7. I think we're going to see the same exact shit here. If I win this bet, I'll probably go right to the Clippers in Game 6. So, yeah, I'm on Dallas, and there's just those two players, Paul George and James Harden. The type of shots they take aren't really I guess they're more in line with streaky scoring. I mean, there was one shot in particular. They showed the replay 100 times. Paul George took a step back from the corner. Like, he was, you know the shot I'm talking about, right? Where it's like, it was a sick highlight, but you're watching that where you're like, why the fuck would you even take that shot? Like, this is a terrible shot.
He was feeling it.
Yeah, he was. And I mean, he buried it. It was awesome. But that shot's not going to consistently go in. And some of the shots those guys are making, you can't rely on going in and night out. So just regression for Harden and Paul George. And Luka hasn't what night was the 3 of 14 game for Luka? Was that 3?
I don't think he was 3 or 14 last game, so it must have been
Was
before.
that 3? Let me pull it up.
He didn't play good last game either, but he still almost had a triple-double.
Might have been 2, Kyle.
Yeah, his usage rate, though, he can like accidentally get a triple-double. 10 of 24, 1 of 9 from 3. So are we talking about 2 back-to-back terrible shooting nights for Luka? In his last 3 games, in this series, Luka Doncic is shooting 26.5% from 3. 26%. So you talk about a dude who's due for a good night. It just seems like a Dallas spot. I hate it, but I got to do it. You guys with me on that?
Well, I'll say this about the Luka thing. I agree. He should play a lot better. He acknowledged that he kind of felt like he let Kyrie down, and he needs to step up and help him out. You talked about Paul George and Harden. The longer the series goes on, I don't trust Harden. I'll say that for sure. But I do expect some regression from those guys. Outside of those two, including those two, Clippers shot 62% from three in Game 4. Dallas shot 33%. Clippers only won by 5 points. I mean, Clippers are going to come back down to earth from 3-point land, and I'm expecting a much better performance from Luka and the Mavericks as a whole. Another thing that stands out to me is it was a very, very poor start to that game. Where were they down 30 points, in a blink of an eye? So after the game, Coach Kidd was pretty much saying, they got to get out to a better start. And we saw how after the first game, when they got punched in the mouth first, really bad, they came back in that second game and won that first quarter pretty easily. So I think Mavs early, first quarter, and I think they don't look back. I think they win the full game as well.
So you're down to take Dallas -3 as well, but you like the Mavs first quarter and Dallas -3?
I prefer to take the money line, but yeah, first quarter -0.5 as well.
Yeah, first quarter -0.5. That almost seems too good to be true after what we just saw. How do they not come out? What's that bet S. always takes? Like the triple threat or some shit? He bets first quarter, first half. What's it called? S. Trifecta. There it is. I've never placed one of those before, but this seems like maybe the spot for it. Chris,
all the betting you do, Cal, you never placed a trifecta before for a team just to smoke.
Dude, I'm not a first half, first quarter guy.
I'm just messing with you. I know.
I want the most possessions possible to get my outcome. Chris, are you with? No, I know you're with us because I watched your show this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. And I talked about it like Skee said. I laid the money line here. Just because the line had moved so much, this opened at 1, so I should have been involved, when it first opened. Kind of like what Skee was saying is, just as far as a bounce back spot. It was 39-16 at the end of the first quarter. And, you see Dallas, sink their teeth in on defensive end, and they fight all the way back. I don't know if they ever took a lead, but I know that they got really, really close. Because I watched, the second half of that game, and I think it's, it's just a major regression spot. 62. What was the 3-point shooting Skee talked about?
62%.
62.1%. They shot 8-15 for 29. I don't see that happening again. And Paul George shot 7 for 10. I don't see that happening again. So I bet Dallas first quarter, and I bet Dallas because I think it'll be a better start. So I bet Dallas first quarter. I laid the 0.5 point, and I took them on the money line here as well. I think it was -142 on FanDuel this morning. But just wanted to kind of stay off the spread because remember in Game 2 when they came back, they did end up winning that game. But they if you got a 3, then you push because they won the game. What was it 90-93 or 96-93 or something like that? So I just played the money line here, but I do think Dallas. Another thing, guy Chad, shout out to Chad in my chat earlier this morning. He pointed this out to me as well that the series price right now, even though the series is tied and the Clippers are at home tonight. Dallas is still like a -185, -190 to win the series. So I think that's pretty telling, especially for a pivotal Game 5. So yeah, I played both here. Dallas money line and Dallas first quarter minus the 0.5 point.
Dallas is -1.
To what you just said.
Yeah, go ahead.
My bad. To what you just said, how often do we see Game 5 series tied and the road team is the favorite?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is that 2 of these games are going to be in LA too?
Yeah. Also, I looked at this too, Skee. I don't know if you pulled this up. I put this in my write-up too. So, road favorites in round 1 that's coming off a loss as a home favorite are 18-4 straight up, 18-4 against the spread. And they've won and covered the last, I think this 9 in a row. In the first quarter, they're a plus 4.1 in point differential. That's dating all the way back to 2003.
You said 18-4 straight up and against the spread.
And against the spread, 81%.
Road favorite coming off a home loss.
Road favorite coming off a home loss in round 1.
In round 1. Okay, got it. All right, so we're all on Dallas here. I like that. We're aligned here. We are not aligned on the first one. Let's see what the community's favorite side and total is. What I'll do is I'll put all 4 in there. They liked, what'd they like? In the first one, they slightly agreed with me that the Celtics is the move, and then they also like the over in that one. So Miami, Boston, over 200.5, and then in this one they definitely like the Mavericks.
Did you want to put the belt up?
Yeah, I'll put the belt up. Boston's about to win by 50 points, and yeah, maybe they take their foot off the gas in the second half. They're going to be up such an insurmountable amount. Yeah, the belt's up. Actually, technically, Chris has the belt. I lost the belt to Chris.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
I don't even have
my
it.
back kind of heavy, Skee, carrying that thing around all the time. You know? Sometimes I take it off from time to time just to shower, you know, but yeah.
They like the. By the way, the community was leaning towards the over, and we didn't even mention the total in this game. I would lean towards the under probably, or Clippers team total under would probably be my favorite bet as far as the total in that one. So I'll put the under up, but it's really Clippers team total under that I would rather. In fact, as I'm saying that, I kind of like it. Clippers team total under. If this is at 208.5, that was a 3-point favor. That means it's going to be 101.5, 102. So yeah, I might even throw a few extra dollars on the Clippers team total under. Just the same reason, shooting regression. So I would lean under as far as the total here. What about you guys?
I don't feel strongly about the total, so I don't want to just tell people anything.
Right. Chris?
Yeah, I don't feel too strongly about it either. But to Skee's point, you know, major shooting regression coming here. At least in my opinion, I think Dallas, you know, holds the Clippers to maybe 30% shooting from the 3-point line today. So I think a look towards the under, and specifically maybe that team total under. Although I will say this, Kyle, I think some of Luka's, you know, struggles in this series outside of, you know, Ty Lue being a really good coach, also has come to, you know, with his injuries as well. So, you know, with a compromised Luka Doncic, who hasn't really had, you know, too great of a game, you know, I wouldn't say too great of a game, but he hasn't seen any of those 40, 45-point games from Luka. I would be looking towards the under. And team total under, I think, is a really good play.
The Clippers team total under, right? I like that too.
Clippers team total under.
Yeah, I might throw that down as something extra. Give these guys a few more minutes to get their votes in. While they're doing that, you guys want to tell them where they could find your stuff, Skee?
Yeah, everything I do, you know, I put out on Twitter at Skee Profit. Also, my YouTube channel, do a show 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same name, Skee Profit. So check me out.
Skee Profit on Twitter, and Chris is ChrisBeCappinn on Twitter. He also does a YouTube show as well. So make sure you guys support these guys. They do a good job. That's why I keep asking them to come back on. And it looks like the community's favorite pick here is late to the party. Typical you capper. Oh, you know what? You got to they put me on an island. You capper. I got Boston -14. They're both on Miami. Are you with me? Let's see what he says.
I'm venture to say he's probably with you because he done bet Boston back-to-back games and it done made him money. So why would he want to fade him now?
Also, he's a wise man. Also, you got to keep in mind he's a smart guy. Boston over 200.5. So this is the community's picks for the side and total. Here we got Dallas -3, Miami, Boston over 200.5, and real quick. UCapper says you lost. I'm assuming he's talking to me. He likes Miami, I guess. Good. You know what? Everyone, jump on Miami. Guys hanging out with S-Dot too much. All right. Let's do some thanks for joining, guys. Let's talk some MLB baseball.
Best of luck tonight, fellas.
All right, appreciate you having me.
Yep.
Later.
Man. All right. Let's get you got Prop Beaver right here. I don't see any sign of Toast. Have you talked to him recently?
Yeah, I feel like he just called me like an hour ago, so I have no clue why he wouldn't be on. I mean, I could give him a call.
No.
Maybe,
give him a second. He might be watching it and just saw. Let's give him a second. I think I told him 4:45, so that's 6 minutes from now. How many bets did you post for the early games? Whoa.
5.
And
oh, there he is. Okay, never mind.
Where the heck is that coming from? You're having a bad day, Toast?
I had Bassett under earned runs, and I also lost because he, in the 6th inning, proceeded to give up 3 runs after no hitting the first 5 innings. So Bassett really just sucks.
Someone said, how about them Vamps? What's that score of that game?
2-0.
Braves?
Yeah.
The Vampires, that's why we call them the Vampires. They only hit at night. So
I mean, lots of game left.
Lots of ball left there. I'm actually 1-0 to start the day, so I'm feeling myself. But, all right, so we got 7 games to get through. Let's get it started. First up, we got Yankees on the road at Camden. Now, something I will say, and Proppy, I texted you this last night. It was late, though. I don't know if you saw it. Corbin Burns hasn't thrown a single pitch this year against a team in the top 10 as far as lineups against right-handed pitching. I'm not saying that's a reason to fade Corbin Burns. I'm just saying he hasn't thrown a single pitch against a top 10 lineup versus righties. But, I mean, it's Corbin Burns. It's not like he's like a rookie. We know he's pretty established, so something to consider.
Well, the Yankees, the last 2 days, looks like a bottom 3 lineup against righties. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not betting this game. I have no interest in betting the Yankees right now after what they've done the past 2 days. That is disgraceful. I don't understand it. If I had to give out a bet for this game, it'd be the over. Why? Because after the over was supposed to hit the last 2 days in beautiful matchups, it's today where we got Corbin Burns on the mound that the over hits, because that's how baseball works. That's what the pick is.
So over or pass?
Mm-hmm.
As much as I would love to fade Corbin Burns, I can't do it. It would just be Baltimore pass, as square as that is. I won't be betting it, though.
Yeah, super pass for me. Didn't even pay attention to this one. Yeah, 0 interest betting this game.
Yeah, it's a suspect line. You got to think everyone's betting Baltimore with Corbin Burns on the mound. Pass. Next up, Colorado, Miami. How about those Fish? Fish came through for me, even though I didn't actually bet him.
Dude, even the way they won yesterday was pathetic. Like, Elias Diaz really could have reeled that one in. And then on top of that, the third base coach sending that guy was horrific. I mean, any other team, and that dude's out by a mile. But the Rockies were able to mess it up. I mean, holy Lord, what a sequence.
Yeah, Fish came through, got a W. Is the guy pitching for the Marlins any relation to Munoz on the Mariners?
I would have not even the slightest of an idea. I mean, I could look it up. Roddery, his dope name, Roddery. Okay, so Roddery Munoz. No, I'm not seeing any relation, my friend.
My only lean would be I'd be leaning towards Rockies, but I didn't look at this one. Do either of you guys have interest?
No, sorry. My kid just woke up. I'm a little preoccupied. No, I have 0 interest betting this game. Didn't even look at it.
Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I mean, we just have such a small sample size with Munoz. I mean, I think we have 1 game with him, which was his MLB debut last game. So it's
What's
kind
the
of
line, though?
tough. What's the
couldn't even
line?
tell
I
you.
think you have to lay like -140 with the Rockies to back this. No, -140 with the Marlins to back this dude that you have a 1-game sample size with. And then
That's what I'm
Dakota
saying.
Hudson, while he stinks, he's much better on the road. Like, it would be Rockies or pass, but I mean, there's no edge here. I mean, both these lineups stink. I mean, just you're playing flip the coin, but one of them sides has plus money, so you take the Rockies.
Yeah, it's just that the line, -145, -148 with the Marlins with an unsure pitcher on the mound. Rockies are pass.
It's literally the same thing as yesterday.
Yeah, I put the Marlins up yesterday.
I'm just saying, Marlins -140 with an unproven, unknown pitcher on the mound. Same exact thing.
It was it was
Just
the guy you
Cooper
guys
Sidney.
like though. That's Sisto or Sisto.
No,
yeah.
no,
No,
it wasn't.
yeah.
Everybody was shitting on Six, though. He stinks.
Who was yesterday? Who was pitching yesterday for the Marlins?
Never
Six,
mind.
though.
Next game.
Oh, well, I thought you guys liked him.
No
No.
one said anything positive about
Nobody
it.
in the history of ever has ever said anything
I swear
kind
to
about that
God,
bum.
Toast was speaking positive about
No,
Sisto.
Modi was like, oh, he used to be good back in the day, but that might have been like
And then he
1974.
said, "What happened to him?" And I said, "Yeah, he's been hurt for 5 years."
I think the first model of the Mustang came out that year. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this dude has
First
not been good
model.
in a while.
What about Bo Sox came through for us, won us all plus money yesterday. Got Cutter Crawford pitching, but he's in Fenway.
I was the only clown not on it, but that was a good play.
You
by
didn't take
guys.
Boston,
That
but
was
I
really
thought
good
we
stuff.
swept Boston in that one.
I didn't actually put it on the ticket, but I said it on the show, you guys. That was a great play by you guys. That was a good read.
So, Prop Beaver, I know you guys both actually like Cutter Crawford, but I know you both like betting him on the road more so than at home at Fenway. Any reason to fade Cutter Crawford here?
This line
I'll bet
stinks.
I was going to say, I'll bet Cutter Crawford at home on the road. I have no preference. I think he's a stud. This line absolutely stinks, though.
Really?
So it's Giants or pass for me.
The
What
Red
do you
Sox
mean,
have
really?
been
It's a
pretty
Giants
ass.
bullpen day, and the
It's a
Giants bullpen
bullpen
stinks.
day against the Boston Ace at -125. You're telling me that's not suspicious?
That's crazy.
I mean, it was a pick'em this morning. It's at -130 now.
oh, okay.
yeah.
I mean,
Giants or pass.
how the hell was it at a pickup though? How the hell was that
Like,
ever at a pickup?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know,
Giants
bro.
can't
I don't
hit
work for
righties.
Pinnacle. I gotta tell you.
Giants can't hit righties to save their life. Cutter Crawford's coming off his worst performance of the year. Yeah, I
Listen.
mean his previous 2 home starts before that, 10 and 2/3, 4 hits, 0 runs. I trust him at home. This line just stinks.
It's actually
Night
my,
Crowd, I
it's-
know what you're thinking.
They're saying, hold on. So someone in the comments is saying Jeffries isn't pitching, and it's now -142. So the line has moved since I've been
I had
live.
Eric Miller as the pitcher, not Jeffries.
Yeah,
so I don't
I'm
know.
seeing Eric Miller also. So it must have been Jeffries this morning when Andy did the graphics.
I mean, regardless,
I don't care
it's a
who
bullpen.
they're throwing out
So,
there.
yeah,
They allowed 8 runs to the Mets the last time the only time they had a bullpen day this year. 8
So,
runs to the Mets, who have scored like 3 runs every other time they've.
So
been out
I'm
there the
down, I
last
might be
12
down
games.
to lay the -142 juice there.
Good luck.
I don't get
I'm
why
just
you guys
passing.
don't. Cowards.
Okay.
Next up. Can we talk Mets baseball?
Yeah.
Are you have you bailed on your boy here, Prop Beaver? Gote or whatever? What's his name?
Goda Imanaga.
Yeah, Goda. That's what you call him.
I do like Goda.
Did you see that what I tweeted to you though? When he gave up the home run, he was like
Yeah, he gave that little face or whatever. Yeah.
I think he was so shocked that he gave up a home run.
Dude, I mean, this
He was
series
pissed
is just
because the balls are different. That was what the face was.
this series is just so hard to cap. I mean, like both these offenses are so ass. It's like honestly, I think I would take the plus money with the Mets. To be completely frank with
What's
you,
the
I mean, like,
what's the full bullpen situation?
Fresh.
well, I know that Reed Foley finished the game last night for the Mets, so that means that some of the high leverage arms must have got some rest last night because Reed Foley sure ain't one of those.
Mets
I
are,
mean, last night,
the Mets is Reed Garrett.
Reed Garrett will not be available. Yeah, but it looks like everyone else should be good to go if they need him. For the Cubs should be good to go also. So everyone.
I mean, Alzolay went 22 pitches yesterday too, which is very ideal.
Is
considering
Alzolay
he's the
not
only
closing
one.
games?
No, he's a setup guy. Hector Neris is their closer.
Why?
Well, I'm assuming it's because Hector Neris is probably pretty good, Kyle, with that.
But Alzolay
Would
is
that be a
like
safe
the man.
assumption?
I would only go Mets here.
Yeah, only Mets are pass. I mean, Buto, I think this is a nice bounce back spot. The Cubs against righties lately have been nothing impressive whatsoever. And then Imanaga, sure, he looked great last game against Boston, and he's looked pretty great overall, but he's also faced some pretty weak competition. I'm not saying I'm in love with the Mets against a lefty, but normally when you haven't seen a lefty in a while, it works against you. If anything, it may actually help this Mets lineup because, for the love of Christ, they cannot hit a right-handed pitcher to save their life right now. So maybe seeing a lefty, which they've actually been a lot better than most people would expect them to be against thus far. Like, I think top 15, most ranks, top 12. I don't think this is a worse spot for him with some of the guys that we need in the bullpen having some rest. So that's the only way I would go.
Braves are up 5-0 now, but Blue Jays suck, man. Toast,
They're terrible.
You said Mets are pass, right?
Oh, I bet the Mets. I bet at 0.75 units on the Mets.
You're on the
really
Mets?
Yeah, I bet them. I like them a lot today. This Cubs team isn't really good, guys. I understand they're 6-4 their last 10, but they had 4 or 5 of those wins against Houston and Miami. I understand that the Astros have a little bit of I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah, they're not that good this year, so I don't really put too much stock into that. Chicago's 1-3 their last 4 games. I really feel like this line is like inviting people to bet the Cubs here with Imanaga on the mound. The Mets left against lefties is their better split. They haven't seen a lefty in a while, but the Mets are 4-1 against lefties on the year. Like we talked about, everybody's available in the Mets bullpen as well that I would want to go. I'll take the short home dog.
Okay, cool. I put the Mets on my list. I'm down to bet it with you guys.
I also think Budo comes back and has a pretty bounce back performance.
Yeah, he's been pretty good this year, even though
I think that maybe, after a start in Dodger Stadium, I can see a little bit of a down spot there, but he should come back and pitch well. He's pitched really well at home so far this year.
UCappers in the comments said he was leaning Mets in this one also. So let's do it. Mets up. Always down to bet the Mets.
Yeah, I bet them at plus 110 too, so it's dropped a little bit with all that action on the Cubbies too.
Cool. I like that a lot. So next up we got Nats. What is this? Plus 160. Rangers
are so lucky.
Rangers minus 190. Over 9. Under 9. Andrew Heaney. How have the Nats been against lefties, Prop Beaver?
If you look at the ranks, you would see that they're not that great. But then you look at the actual results that they're getting against starting left-handed pitching, and it doesn't really make that much sense because it's actually pretty good. So what I went with here is I went with the Nats first 5 team total over 1.5. You get that at minus 135. Obviously, we're drinking a little bit of juice here, but I think it's well worth it because this is now a Nats offense that's cashed the last 8 to 9 games against a starting left-handed pitcher, averaging 3.7 runs per game. And Heaney, I can make as many excuses that I want for Heaney, tough competition, yada, yada, yada. The dude's been awful this season. 6.26 ERA, 2 home runs per 9, a 12 barrel rate, 46 hard hit percentage. The dude's getting cranked. I'll forgive him for the Tampa start at Tampa. I'll forgive him for the Houston back-to-back starts. I'll even forgive him for the Atlanta start. But to allow 4 runs to the Mariners through the first 5 in a day start, a spot the Mariners have notoriously faltered, I just can't defend that. The Nats offense saw Heaney last year. What'd they do? They murdered him. 9 base runners, 3 home runs, 8 runs through 3 innings of work. Despite some shifts in the lineup since then, current bats against him, 1.555 OPS through 20 plate appearances. Now, it does sting a little bit that Lane Thomas, one of the Nats' better bats versus lefties, is out here. But they just combined for 12 runs through the first 5 against Trevor Rogers and Ryan Weathers, who are honestly performing better than Andrew Heaney is thus far this season. And also, if you want to do some line reading, outs line, 15.5, juice to all hell to the under. His alt ERA over 1.5 is minus 260 on ESPN. We're catching a major discount here, and our runs don't have to be earned. So that's the route I would go here.
Man, I guess a toast.
Nats team total over 3.5 minus 125 for me. Yeah, I like the Nats versus lefties. This is going to be the 3rd lefty they've seen in their last 4 games. Beaver touched on they've already got to the last 2 lefties they've seen. I don't care if they were Miami Marlins or not. Not to mention the fact, he touched on that they got to Heaney last year. What else? Is there anything else that he didn't touch? Heaney's 2 starts at home been really bad. 9 2/3, 10 runs, 9 hits. Hasn't been good at home. Nats team total over 3.5. CJ Abrams over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Rinse and repeat.
So Blue Jays just hit a home run.
I could care less.
It's a solo shot.
Dead to me. A solo shot, of course. God forbid, but they knew what it's like to get people on base.
But the Oakland Athletics just keep on fucking rolling, baby. Let's go.
Someone said
America.
Someone said that the Twins are now up 10-5. So your call. You guys both said you like the White Sox in the first 5. Sharp. Nicely done. The poll likes the community likes Washington there. 44%, 38% Nats. So community's leaning towards the Nats there. No one's betting the Rangers right now. Well, I'm sure people are, but no one in this watching the show. Cleveland, Houston. Did Houston end up blowing that?
No, they won.
All right. They took the big lead, and then they gave the lead back. I didn't bet the game, so I didn't watch any of it.
I got 2 bets on this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are they?
Cleveland team total over 3.5 minus 125. Cleveland money line plus 145.
Cleveland money line. Cleveland team total over.
Yeah. This is just going to be a bet. This is essentially what you're going to get is what Tristan McKenzie are you going to get? I'm not really a fan of Tristan McKenzie. He's looked decent, and I keyword decent, his last two starts after getting smoked by the Yankees. I just feel like I'm not in a spot where I trust this Astros team right now. They've been bad at home for a year and a half now. They're 5-9 at home this year. I understand that they've won 3 games in a row. They're starting to play better. I also understand that Cleveland has played 3 straight extra inning games in a row. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not really. Justin Verlander is good, but at age 41, I don't know how much I can trust him. He went 4 1/3 his last start, walked 4 guys, didn't give up a run, had 7 strikeouts. He's walked 3 guys in 2 of his 3 or more guys in 2 of his last 3 starts. None of those starts have been at home. A little bit worse at home in his career as well. I just think this is a really, really big plus price for a Cleveland team that continues to play well and that continues to put the ball in play. I took Cleveland here. Both bullpens are absolutely taxed to the gills. So yes, you can make the case to say that Cleveland bullpen is taxed 100%. Yes, they are. But the Houston bullpen is just as worse. And the Cleveland, and to be honest, I don't worry as much about the Cleveland bullpen being taxed because they always seem to be taxed. Like I don't have any numbers to back that up, but it just feels like that bullpen always seems to be taxed. They use those guys whenever they want. So when you have Hader, Presley, Abreu, and Montero, your top 4 arms in the Houston Astros bullpen, all 2 of the last 3 days, and none of those guys pitch like that a lot, I think there's a pretty big advantage in the back end of this game for Cleveland here. So at a huge plus price, I'm going to take my shot.
I mean, Cleveland would be the only way I would go here at this number, but I kind of feel the same way about this one that I did yesterday. I did the same thing in this game. I put up this exact graphic. I think it was the same price, Cleveland plus 145, and I said, I'm not going to bet it because I think the Astros might win. There's no way I could bet it at that number. It's kind of how I feel about this one, too. I'll put Cleveland up because that's the only bet I would make here, but I won't be betting this. Prop Beaver?
I have nothing for this game. Don't really care for it.
Don't care for it.
Nope.
But it's a great ball game.
Don't care for it. Next.
All right. Community, 58% of the community's on Cleveland, 28% on Houston. So just like yesterday, everyone's betting the Guards. Last game up, the Kyle I told you so game.
Yeah, you told us all.
Basically, I'm a snake whisperer. I'm a snake charmer.
Basically, you throw.
I believe that.
Hope it sticks.
I thought it was.
I believe you're a snake whisperer.
Yeah, snake charmer. That being said, Yamamoto pitching. This is the matchup that we were supposed to see Montgomery pitch against the Dodgers last night with the wasp infestation. Or you guys on the West Coast are so weird. I don't even know what that was. That wasps?
It's just a bee.
And that held up the game.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't in Arizona. I don't live in Arizona.
So what are you doing here?
I played Dodgers minus 1.5, like I always do. I think Yamamoto is going to carve up this Arizona lineup just like he did the Nats lineup. And I really don't like the spot for Jordan Montgomery having to get up and get ready for the game yesterday, be ready to go, and then sit back down and then have to go get up and do everything else over again today. I'm going to take my shot. Both bullpens are absolutely taxed. I actually think the Dodgers have a little bit advantage there because they've got Hudson that should be available. Vesia should be available. Yarbrough should be available. So, Dodgers minus 1.5.
I gotta say I do agree with the sentiment that I don't like how Montgomery had to get ready to pitch yesterday, and then the game got canceled, and now he's got to get ready to pitch again today. Throws off a routine. I don't like that, and I also like Yamamoto a lot better than I like Knack. So there's no way I'd be taking Arizona today, like I said yesterday. What about? It depends on. What about an under here?
Yeah, I don't play unders with the Dodgers, but yeah, I don't. That's probably a Beaver question.
Prop Beaver?
If you were gonna do it, no, I don't like an under. The Dodgers are starting to hit lefties again. No. If you want to take why not just over the last 4 games. Why not just take Yamamoto under earned runs?
But did I not? Yeah, I forgot to say that the Dodgers have faced a lefty now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 of their last 8 games. So,
And what
is
their record in
too
those
many
games?
of them now.
Dodgers record in those games against left-handed pitching in general 9-4.
In those games.
Correct.
No, I'm saying in those games that we just.
Well, they're 9-4. I mean, against lefties, so sure.
Okay.
I'm under. I said my pick already.
All right. Yeah. It's just such a bad pick. It bewilders me. No,
Can
I
you
like
explain why? Are you worried about the bullpens that being completely taxed?
They're
No?
really not though.
Oh, okay.
They're not that bad.
Got it.
I took Yamamoto over 16.5 outs. I joined the entire country. I wanted to do the K line, but the umpire was hitter friendly. I was like, you know what? The outs line makes too much sense. The Dodgers bullpen does have a lot of people that have gone the past few days. The high leverage guys are available, but you want to keep those high leverage guys fresh and ready to go. And Yamamoto's been building towards this. First game 43, second game 68, third game 80, fourth game 91. Guys now throw 97 and 99 pitches back-to-back games, hitting 6+ innings in both of those. And I'm really going to jump aboard a community play, but there's a lot of people I like on this in terms of guys I respect and trust. And the D-backs offense against righties has just completely fallen off a cliff. Take out Kyle Hendricks. Last 9 to face him, 1.69 ERA, 0.5 home run per 9, 0.88 whip. They're just not doing anything really correctly right now. And 6 of those 9 guys hit 6+ innings. If you look at how the D-backs have performed specifically against Yamamoto's pitch mix during this cold streak, they're 30th in OBP, they're 30th in slug, and they're 30th in run value. So, I mean, they just have not hit this pitch mix whatsoever. In a game where the Dodgers pen has a ton of guys missing and desperate for Yamamoto to eat some innings, I think this is a spot where he goes deep into this one. So, yep, that's what I chose here.
Someone said, Kyle, you've never been stung by a wasp? No, I don't hang out in the Amazon. They don't hang out where there's wasps. So.
And just for the record, for everybody, the Arizona bullpen is taxed. Do not listen to Kyle. Ginkel, Thompson, Manaply.
Okay, these bullpens are taxed, but the total goes down from yesterday. Score's going to be 1-0 after 6
No one
innings.
said that. You said that the Arizona bullpen wasn't taxed. So I don't want somebody watching this show taking that into account and then making a bet off of that when that's false. Completely false. And it's not even close.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Thank you.
And you're a pig.
But then why'd the total go down from yesterday?
That's a different question. My thing is, you said the Arizona bullpen wasn't taxed. I wanted to make sure the viewers knows it was.
It's a little taxed.
A lot.
It's pretty taxed. But Montgomery could go 7 strong here. I think this.
I'll give you that.
I think the
first
score of this
500 would
game,
make
in
more
all
sense.
seriousness, could be 2-1 in the 7th inning. So, who cares about a taxed bullpen if we're into the 7th and there's 3 or 4?
Well, then if it's 2-1 in the 7th, why not just play your first 5 under and not have to worry about the bullpen?
That's probably a better plan, to be honest.
See, now we're getting somewhere, guys. This is why we do this.
Let's see. Arizona, first 5.
Beaver, I just want to say
4.5. Let's do it.
Take the case. Just saying.
What happened?
I'm just a little bit sad you didn't take the case. Just a little.
Dude, the hit. It would be one thing if it was just a little bit of a hitter friendly ump. The dude's a menace back there.
All right.
I mean,
all right. I'll take
he's
your
calling.
word for it.
He's calling balls in the heart of the plate.
All right.
I can't be dealing with that shit today.
I don't got time for that.
I'm already off to a brutal start. I cannot deal with
I
that.
feel you.
Someone said, Kyle, knowledge. Wasps only exist in the Amazon. So everyone's taking the Dodgers here. 76% to 18%. Everyone on the Dodgers. All right. Shall we do a quick community parlay and call it?
Yeah.
All right. We got... I think the Blue Jays are going to ruin the... Wait, were the Blue Jays in their community parlay from before? I don't remember. I think they might have been. All right, so we'll just do the night games, and we'll do first and second from each poll. Did they like the Orioles? They like the Rockies?
Byron Buxton left the game today. Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. He was hurt for a while last year too, right?
I don't think there's ever been a year he wasn't hurt, to be honest. Sucks. I'm just saying, it sucks. He's so awesome,
But so hurt.
I know.
So
all the
awesome,
time.
so hurt.
It's so bad.
So hurt. All the time.
And he got hurt playing during the day, so he probably won't play during the day the rest of the year.
Just a constant state of hurt.
I don't think his hamstrings can stretch out. I think they're just like this.
Yeah, I'm shocked they ever put him in the outfield. I mean, I know he's a beast.
I know,
out there,
right?
but geez,
I mean, they did pay him,
can't-
but yeah,
you can't handle it.
can't do it.
I can't even concoct an underdog with the evening slate. That's how little I
Fine.
like it, to be completely honest with you guys.
Someone's claiming they got stung by a wasp in Pennsylvania.
Mm.
So apparently
Very cool.
wasps are around.
They're the
You guys
silent
don't have
killers,
bees
you
at
know?
all? Like, that's a serious question.
No, yeah,
Oh, we have bees.
we have bees,
Oh.
They
okay.
suck.
but not wasps. Aren't wasps like big bees?
We have wasps, dude. You don't think we have wasps?
What is a wasp?
I don't know. They're like the cousin of the hornet.
Like the Japanese killer hornet?
Yeah.
No, that thing's massive.
Yo,
Well, I think it's the Japanese non-killer, but yeah.
non-killer?
I'm messing. That was
Just like
that was a bad attempt at a joke.
yeah.
Orioles, Red Sox are the first two legs of the parlay. Orioles money line, Red Sox money line.
Man, there's all kinds.
So,
You got yellow.
someone said there's no way in God's green earth that there aren't wasps in your state, Kyle.
That's what I'm saying.
But maybe I just don't hang out where the wasps are. I don't hang out in the forest.
I mean, I don't think that's ever happened before, but yeah. I thought it was kind of cool they let the beekeeper throw out the first pitch. That was cool.
Did they? Did they really?
Yeah.
I wonder who was supposed to.
Was
throw
he
out
still
the
wearing
first
his
pitch. He
suit?
must
Yo,
have been
was he wearing the
pissed.
suit?
No, I think he took it off, but it was funny. And it was actually kind of funny too, because Christian Walker, who hit the walk-off home run, is like studying to be a beekeeper, which is just like a funny little factoid about that.
That is weird.
I know.
Studying to be a beekeeper. I mean,
Yeah,
that
he's
is-
like, yeah, he's like, I've really fallen in love with it. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on it. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
What type of freak ass hobby is this?
It's like,
That's making the big leagues. If you're a beekeeper, if you're in the beekeeping industry, getting called to Dodger Stadium, or I'm sorry, to Phoenix to clear out for the D-backs Dodgers game, like you made it.
David Beckham does that too, though. He does a lot of big bees and stuff in his little farm. I know that. I watch his doc.
So even gamer Kyle isn't safe? You think I'm a gamer? I haven't played video games in many moons.
I know. It's crazy how like video games are different nowadays. Like, I feel so lost even like trying to get involved.
They kind of suck nowadays. I remember
There's
when
just
they used
so
to make
much.
good
Everything's
games.
like costs money, and it's just like, yeah.
Shit used to be wet.
Yeah,
Now
when you were
try,
a
now
kid,
test.
video games were cool when you were a kid. That's why. You're
Yeah.
right.
No, I mean no. They don't be putting effort in. It's all microtransaction
They put
bullshit.
the same amount of effort in. Stop
Nope,
it.
nope. You don't know ball.
Oh, they
See,
just
you don't
decided
know
they don't like
You
making
don't
money
know
anymore.
Troller. You don't know Seam.
So the video game, Electronic Arts, they just decided they don't like making money anymore. They just stopped trying.
They're ass. I mean, Electronic Arts
No,
is one of
it's
the worst.
because
Of the
they're
worst.
designed-
They
they're-
truly.
They're building
for-
games that are designed to target a younger demographic because those are the ones who spend the time playing. So why would they
No, I
target your ass?
No, I understand that, but
No,
then
clearly you
that
don't, though.
demographic eventually becomes even 9 years old, and the 9-year-old then goes, "Oh wow, this game kind of sucks," and then eventually they're gonna stop buying it.
No, they're still playing the kids. Hence,
No, kids
EA
are
is
becoming
still in
smarter and
business.
smarter. They're becoming more cognizant of the fact that these games suck, and they're gonna stop buying them soon.
Trust me, they're not. I have a kid. He's 12. He's dumb as rocks.
What does
Will buy
Kyle?
anything.
What does Kyle do in his free time? You're looking at it. You're looking at the creation of my free time. This is what I built with my free time. This channel. Dodgers and Guardians.
When ball is life, this is free time.
Yeah, that's how it started. Was I wanted to learn how to do video. I liked video editing, and then I got Prop Beaver through the Make-A-Wish program. Can I have the
No, that's Andy. I think you're forgetting who's who because I came via the Valiant Savior program.
Be a Valiant Savior program?
Yeah. I definitely didn't come via the other program you mentioned.
Yo, I'm so tired. Someone give me odds, please.
Plus 1065.
Good God. Everyone is just
Community parlay. Orioles money line, Red Sox money line, Dodgers money line, Guardians money line plus 1065. Community parlay taking a shot. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Tomorrow only. Oh no! It'll be the same exact thing tomorrow, but we do all baseball in the morning because almost all the games are on during the day. So the same schedule, but the later show will be only NBA and NHL. What NBA games are even on?
Yeah, there's only 6 MLB games too. So
yeah,
it'll be a
quick one, and then the NBA it's only the Knicks game and the other one, which is
Clippers, Mavericks.
The other one.
No, it's tonight. I just handicapped the game. Oh, Bucks Pacers. Thank you, Andy. I literally just handicapped the game too. All right, everyone, have a good one. See you guys tomorrow. I'll post. I only have 2 MLB bets, but I'll post them on the site later.
Later.